What does it take to make a comeback? You can't think about it. It's not about what's up here, it's about what's in here. For a person living a normal life, stepping into the ring feels like pure madness. In order to dive back into that hellhole, what you need is passion. This is what Datte said when Kobashi asked him about his own comeback back in the day. And as he describes that fire and passion, he grips his chest. Maybe you already noticed, but throughout the manga this has become the symbol for the comeback fire. Ippo has done the chest grip several times when he thought about his old boxing life. Here for example, just after Datte's son asked him about his promise of beating Ricardo Martinez, he went to the river and did the comeback fire grip. And after Ricardo beat Wally, he talked to Kamogawa and said everything about that fight and those two boxers was spectacular. And then he grips his chest again as he thinks about the greatness of fighting in the ring and about the epic duo of Wally and Miguel. Meanwhile, Kamogawa thinks about it on the couch. He says you gave everything you had. And what about me? Then we see him cuffing. There's maybe a handful of situations where Kamogawa is cuffing in his office. This basically confirms that he's running on very short timing. He's low-key, no, high-key regretting that he wasn't able to take Ippo to the world. Did I really give my all? Both of them are longing for their times as a duo in the pro ring. It's not a coincidence that Ippo is holding his chest like he's having a heart attack every time someone mentions boxing. He's coming back. That's only one part of the whole thing though. The other aspect is the Wheel of Fate. It's very rare that we hear about it in Hajime no Ippo, but it's a silent and permanent theme. When Miyata took the grudge match against RBJ and dropped Ippo like a hot potato, he said, "It wasn't fated." This stuck with me. It seems like an empty excuse, but that fate runs deep. And I say that because of this. Ricardo Martinez keeps running into Ippo wherever he goes. Bro lives in Mexico and he still sees Ippo at every corner. He says, "We've sparred before, didn't we? You're that boy with the Dempsey roll." Gonzalez and Ricardo basically surround him, like a wheel around an axis. Before the Wally fight, Ricardo says the same thing. He is sitting in his throne of a chair and thinks about Ippo. Despite him being outside the Wheel of Fate, it almost seems as if the wheel itself revolves around him. Ricardo keeps mentioning Ippo and fate. Miyata says it's not his fate to fight Ippo. This means only one thing. Ricardo and Ippo are fated to fight. Sendo once said to Ippo, "You and me are connected through fate. And I'm sure we're gonna meet in the ring again." I think Ricardo will out-fate Sendo. It's a fate-off. By beating Sendo, he'll fulfill his destiny and make the Wheel of Fate turn in his favor. That's why I want to see what happens after the current fight, because after Ricardo beat Wally, Sando was waiting ringside with cracking knuckles. He was ready to go then and there. Ricardo knew that Lil Bro wanted the smoke, and Sando only thought about Wally saying, "The rest is up to you." Look how angry he is. Imagine a friend sacrificing himself in the ring for your sake and leaving a hint behind to beat the final boss. How can you say no? He left it to me. And Ricardo knew. That's why he said, "Vamos, Tigre." Expect a similar scene after this fight. Ippo is not the type to aggressively wait ringside, but Sendo will say something. Especially since the thing with his grandmother was introduced as an analogy to Kamogawa's sickness. This is it. Enjoy this fight while it lasts, because once it's over, we'll be on fire for the most intense and insane comeback arc ever.